Hello kids, how are you today? I'm Sarah. It's great that I can help you to learn English. I believe that through each lesson, you will improve your listening, speaking, and pronunciation skills. This is the last unit of English program for the 4th grade. Unit 10, Where were you yesterday? I hope you will all enjoy it. In Unit 10, we will practice 3 lessons. Lesson 1, asking and answering questions about where someone was in the past. Lesson 2, asking and answering questions about what someone did in the past. Lesson 3, practicing the pronunciation of the letters ED. Now, let's get started. Lesson 1, asking and answering questions about where someone was in the past. Listen and repeat. Where were you yesterday, Linda? I was at home. What about you, Nan? I was at the zoo. Where were you yesterday, Fong? I was on the beach. What about you, Tom and Tony? We were in the school library. If you want to ask a question about where someone was in the past, you can say, where were you yesterday? Where were you yesterday, Linda? I was at home. Can you repeat it? Now, look at your course book, page 64. Point and say, where were you yesterday? I was at home. Where were you yesterday? I was at the zoo. Where were you yesterday? I was on the beach. Where were you yesterday? I was in the school library. That's a way to ask and answer questions about where someone was in the past. Now, let's practice with your friends. In this lesson, let's practice some new words. Water, water, water. Chat, chat, chat. Yesterday, yesterday, yesterday. Last, last, last. Now we will continue with lesson 2, asking and answering questions about what someone did in the past. Where were you yesterday, Mai? I was at home. What did you do in the morning? I watered the flowers. What did you do in the afternoon? I played chess with my father. What about yesterday evening? I watched TV. When you want to ask about what someone did in the past, let's say, what did you do? Now, let's practice. What did you do yesterday? I played badminton. What did you do yesterday? I painted a picture. What did you do yesterday? I watered the flowers. This is the final lesson, phonic lesson. Let's practice the pronunciation of the letters ED. And I want you to pronounce correctly. First, it's da. Let's hear some words and let's practice. Da, played, played, da, played. Da, arrived, arrived, da, arrived. Next, it's ta. Let's hear some words and let's practice. Ta, watched. watched. T, watched. T, missed. Missed. T, missed. Now it's id. Let's hear some words and let's practice. Id, painted. Painted. Id, painted. Id, cheated. Cheated. Id, cheated. Well done. Very good. Thank you all. In today's lesson, we practiced asking and answering questions about where someone was in the past, asking and answering questions about what someone did in the past, and the letters ED. How to ask about where someone was in the past. Where were you yesterday? How to ask about what someone did in the past. What did you do? How to pronounce the letters ED. Remember to review and practice with your friends. See you in the next lesson. Goodbye.